Hello and welcome to this video where we will look at how to filter in Power Query based on cell values in Excel. So in this example, you can see that I have a simple report with this column chart showing top 5 products by total sales. And above it, we have two values in a cell. We have a start date and also a country. Can be changed by simply using the drop-down list provided in that cell, listing 4 different countries. Now what we want is if either of those values was to change and we refresh the report, the chart will update. And we are going to do that by linking our Power Query, that is the source for this chart, to the values in those cells. So we're going to see 2 examples here. We're going to begin with the start date example, and then we're going to move to the country example, and that will be a little bit different because we'll be applying that filter to change the file that is selected from a specified folder. So the first one's going to filter the output table, and the second one is going to change which file is selected from a folder. Let's dive in. So to begin with, we need to load these values into Power Query. So let me click on the start date cell of cell C3 and click data from table/range to throw this into Power Query, just bypassing this create table window. With this simple table loaded into Power Query, I'm first of all going to change the data type to date only, so it matches the values in the column that I'm filtering by, and I'll choose the option here to replace the current change type step. And with that done, I will now right mouse click on that single value there in this table and choose drill down, which will convert that table into this single value. And you can see in the queries pane on the left, below the sales table, the sales query, which is responsible for that report, we can see the date value that we've just created, and I'm going to right mouse click and rename it something very meaningful and useful, such as start date. That will be perfect. So we have our value. We have our query, which is linked to that cell value, and it is of a data type. Now going to this sales query, here's our data, our sample data that a report is based on. And you can see the first column is order date, and it obviously has a date data type. I'm going to come in here and set a filter in the usual manner, let's say. So I'm going to come to date filters here because the plan is to create a filter to only show the values that are greater than or equal the date in that cell. So I'm going to specify a filter in the usual manner here. I can't see greater than or equal, so I'll go to custom filter because I want the Power Query interface to do as much of this work as I can get it to. And from the drop down provided, I'll specify it is after or equal to, and I'll just choose any date for now. We're not too bothered by which date gets specified because ultimately it's going to be linked to that cell. So let me just move back and choose one that makes sense though. These dates are all in 2022, so I'll just choose maybe the 4th of May, that's as good as any date, and click OK. And that filter is created. The step is added in the applied steps pane on the right, but more importantly for us, up in that formula bar, we can see the M code that has been generated. So now we can just edit what they have created for us. Makes perfect sense. So coming up here, I can see the date value with the 4th of May in that year, month, day order. And I'm simply going to replace that with the name of our date value, which is start date. And as you're typing, you'll see it come up in the IntelliSense list. So I can just click on that from there. And if I press enter on this, that will apply that filter. Now, let's see this in action on the sheet. So if we go to close and load, and I'm going to choose close and load 2 here, because I want to specify that this is a connection only. So only create connection. I don't want this table on the sheet anywhere. And I will just quickly remove the formatting that table applies, because that is pretty disgusting. And let's rock and roll with this. Let's see it in action. So if I change the 1st of April here to a different date, let me change this to maybe the 1st of August. Remember, I'm in the UK here, so that is the 1st of August, that date. And if I press enter, and then I will refresh the query and also the pivot chart, which is what that is. If I say refresh, and you see it change. If I change that date again, I could change that maybe to May, and then refresh, and the chart reacts. So we are filtering this chart by filtering the Power Query based on cell values. Pretty awesome. Here we're doing it to change this simple report, but we filter in Power Query for many reasons, and it gives us that dynamic nature that we can apply to other use cases. Now let's move on to the next example. We've got a similar thing with this country here, so let's speed ahead, and I'll load this into Power Query the same way we did previously. So here we are, it's loaded in as a table, it's a text value, currently saying Denmark, and just as before I will right mouse click and drill down, creating this text value on the left, which I can rename something very, very useful, such as cell country, so the selected country. And then we'll look at applying a filter like previously with a date example, and including that text value. Now this time it's a little bit different. If I come to the sales query, we don't have any column here that mentions the country. And maybe we should. It's intentionally been removed to show a different approach here. Oh, it's not really that different, but a slight twist in the approach. So looking over to the right hand side in the applied steps pane, I'm going to come back to the source step, because here you can see it's actually a connection to a folder. You probably noticed that by the list of queries on the left. I can see it's a connection to a folder named sales up in that formula bar, and that there are 4 different Excel files in that folder simply named after the country. So what I want to do is apply the filter at this point, much earlier in the steps of our query. Now I'm going to begin here by tidying up this name column, because it still has the extension. Obviously the cell value says Denmark, that says Denmark.xlsx. So I'm going to click on home and then replace values. Do I want to insert a step? Well, yes, absolutely. It needs to happen before the later steps, because I want to only use this Excel file. I don't want to load all 4 Excel files in, just the one that we're working with on our report. So that's going to reduce the number of rows in our query. So value to find is .xlsx, to replace with is nothing, click OK, and they are removed. Now remember that Power Query is highly case sensitive. So these file names are in lowercase, but the way it's written on the sheet is in proper case. And I need those to match, otherwise the filter will not work. Let's just quickly demonstrate that. So we're all comfortable. If I go for the filter, just proceeding as I did with the date example, I'll choose a country. I guess I'll choose Denmark, but it doesn't really matter at this point. And you'll see the filter work here. And then just as before, up in the formula bar, I'll change the value that's been entered, which is the literal of Denmark, to cell country, the name of our text value that's in the queries pane on the left. There it is in the list, very nice. Let's press enter and run that. And look at this, the table is empty. It worked a second ago with when it said Denmark in there, but now it doesn't work. And this is because of the fact that the case does not match. So over in the applied steps, I'm going to click on the previous step of replace values and insert the next step. I'll do this by right mouse clicking that column, transform, capitalise each word. That is the same case that the names are entered in that drop down list on the sheet. I'll insert this step. There's the change in case. And if I now click on the next step in the applied steps on the right, it's working. The file of Denmark is the only one at this stage. And if I click all the way on the end, here we've got a much reduced list as it's only the customers from Denmark. Now let's load this in as before as a connection only. So I've loaded it as connection only, and I've also tidied up the formatting in the table in range E2 to E3. And we can see that the values in the column chart have changed from before, but let's truly see this in action. I'm going to change the country from the drop down to France, and then data refresh or any other manner that you'd like to refresh your queries, and it changes. So both of the cell values are now used to filter the Power Queries. They are generating this report, but they could be changing. But there are other applications where this can be used in Power Query. So pretty simple to do, but very awesome. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to receive the latest Excel and Power BI videos that come out at this channel. Take care, and I will see you again soon.